This is the Taylormade Stealth2 Fairway Wood, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about it in 5 minutes or less. Let's go. Alright, so Stealth2 this is going to be the deepest face and smallest headed variant of the Stealth2 models, and it's really aimed at better players. But if you are a higher handicapper who is considering this, do not let that alarm you, because Taylormade is actually calling it a cheat code due to its adjustability potential. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth later in the video, but for right now, let's go through some of the other design aspects of this fairway. So when it comes to design with this Stealth2 you're going to have a titanium twist face, a laser etched alignment aid up near the top of the face, and then you're also going to have that classic speed pocket in the sole to help retain ball speed on those lower face strikes. At address, you'll notice a matte front piece on this head transitioning into a gloss carbon crown. Now, I will admit this does reflect a lot in the sunlight, but that being said, when the sun hits it in the right manner, you can see that carbon fiber and it looks absolutely sick, super fast, super cool looking. Additionally, you'll notice that this Stealth2 sits slightly flatter than its Stealth2 and 2HD counterparts, coming at 57 degrees of lie angle versus 59 on the other two. So definitely going to favor somebody who prefers to hit a little bit more of a fade or struggles with too much of an overdraw. Aside from all that though, the main thing about this Taylormade Stealth2 and the reason Taylormade is calling it a cheat code is because you have a 50-gram tungsten sole weight in the bottom of this head that is going to completely allow you to dial in launch and spin characteristics to fit exactly what you need in your game. Now, Taylormade is saying when you take this weight and move it all the way to the back of the head, that is going to be the 3HL setting. It's going to be the easiest to launch and stop, especially on par 5s, so you can make lots of eagles. When you have the weight in the middle of the head, that is the most neutral setting. It's going to be good both off the tee and off the deck as well. And when you take that weight and move it all the way to the front, this is called the rocket setting. Yes, you heard that right. The rocket setting. It's going to be the fastest ball speed, lowest launch, lowest spin, best variation for tee shots. So if you're somebody who struggles with the driver a little bit, especially on tight courses, moving that weight all the way up is going to be really, really helpful. And I would actually say that that rocket setting name is quite fitting, because when you hit this thing out of the center of the face, it sounds like a rocket. Also, if you're wondering just how much of an effect this weight has on the performance of the club, do not worry, we tested it on GC Quad with Pro V1s, so go ahead and hit pause right now and check out the chart we made. You're going to notice a difference in launch, carry, ball speed, and spin for all three of these weight variations. I think it's important to note though, the weight furthest back in the head is certainly the most forgiving, or at least that's what I saw, but what happens is the 3-wood becomes extremely loud. I think the weight helps with sound dampening, and as you move it further away from the face, the sound dampening is not quite there, so this thing almost starts to sound like a Ping G400 or G425 driver. In the middle setting, I found this to be the setting I liked the most. It's good off the tee, off the deck, pretty much everywhere, a great balance. In the most front setting, the rocket setting, this thing is sort of a double-edged sword. It is certainly the fastest, certainly the farthest carry, best sounding, best feeling, but it is absolutely the least forgiving. If you start to hit this thing low on the face, heel or toe, it is very difficult to control. All that being said though, I think in terms of ability to fit this to a specific player, it really can't be beat on the market. It's one of the best designed fairway woods I've seen in recent history, but it certainly comes at a little bit of a price. Retail on this Taylormade Stealth2 is $450 US. Yes, I know it's crazy. We are approaching the days of a $500 3-wood. I never thought we'd see the day, but here we are. In terms of a stock shaft, you were looking at the Mitsubishi Kylie 75. For loft options, you either have a 15-degree 3-wood or an 18-degree 5-wood option. They've nixed the 13.5-degree rocket 3-wood because they feel like you could essentially create the same thing by moving this weight all the way to the front, which I do understand, but what I really would have liked to see in this Stealth2 is a 21-degree 7-wood option. We know how popular 7-woods are on tour, and with the ability to adjust the CG like you can in the Stealth2 I think that would have absolutely flown off the shelves. With the Stealth2 also comes this interesting looking head cover and then a Golf Pride Z grip to finish off the build. Now let's talk about my overall opinion on the Stealth2 In terms of look, I love it. I think the gloss finish is really, really well done. Feel and sound is great. It feels hot. It sounds absolutely awesome. Workability is absolutely there. If you're a good player, you're going to be able to work this thing however you want. In terms of distance, one of the longest fairway woods I have tested on the market. All that being said, I give this a 9.3 out of 10, and there's really only 3 things that are holding this back in my opinion. Number 1 is forgiveness. Now, I understand this is a player's model, and it's not meant to be super forgiving, but I feel like there are other models on the market that offer a little bit more in terms of forgiveness. The other thing is the weight design itself. A lot of debris gets caught in this weight, and I think for the price point, they could have designed it a little bit better, maybe put some sort of plastic cap over it, like Titleist does in their woods. And now talking about the price, that brings me into my last point. And the thing for me that is really holding this back is simply the retail price itself. I think overall in terms of performance, it's going to do really, really well for a lot of players. It did really, really well for me. But I think a lot of people are going to have a tough time kind of stomaching that $450 price point, going to be probably over $500 after tax. That's just too much for a fairway wood in my opinion, and I think if this was in the $250 to $350 range, I could easily give this a 9.6, 9.7 out of 10. Guys, that's a video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like, comment. If you have any questions at all, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.